It's 8 o'clock on Wednesday the 10th of May, and today is a big day for the fry that we saw being spawned the other day, or last week, because today they're going out to the mud pond. We saw the preparation over the mud ponds over the last couple of days. Obviously they're now ready, and Bill and Maureen and Evan and Scott are just inside at the moment, getting those fry ready for transfer outside. So we're going to pop inside the koi house and see what the process is. So just starting the process of removing the fry from the net. As you can see, the spawning ropes, brushes will be removed. So just detaching the net inside from the plastic framework, and then a wooden bar will be gently moved along to bring all the fry to the one end of the net. Not being shook just to make sure no fry are sticking to it. Throw in a bag of water, which the fry are going to be placed into, before moving them into the mud pond. So just bringing out the first bag of goshiki.
Hold on to it, go on. And I can slip it out. Just a little bit. Already.
So how many would you think, Bill?
Maybe 10,000 in this bag. Something like that.
So how old are these little guys?
These were born a week last Sunday.
About a week and a half.
Yeah. So they hatched last Friday.
Oh, oh my goodness, look at that.
So obviously we'll follow the progress of these goshiki over the coming weeks and months.
Yeah.
Quite amazing to look at these in the mud pond compared to the kohaku we saw yesterday, which had been out for 10 days or so, and how much they grow in such a short period of time. Whilst we're doing that, Maureen just finishing off the last of the fry in this net. Into the second bag. So this second mag of goshiki fry going out to the mud pond. Surrogating the fry, gently releasing into the margins of the mud pond.
More than you was. And they're not acting as healthy. No, they're just not. They're not the same. That last bag.
So the third and final bag of fry. Is this a full bag, Bill, or
this is half a bag?
Half a bag, so 2.5 bags of fry. So you reckon about 25,000?
Not too quick. No. Yeah, about 25,000, something like that. Yeah, these are in shock. They're coming round.
No, these look better.
So as I said on the previous clip, amazing how tiny these look compared to the kohaku and the shoa in the other ponds here. They've been out for about 10 days. They'll learn quickly to find food. And it's a survival of the fittest.
Feeding already.
Hmm?
They're feeding already.
Yeah, they're doing fine.
And these are in shock.
Yeah, there are some in shock.
They're coming round though.
Mm-hmm. It's a nice bag. I'm with you. Yeah.
And now for the net kohaku. Interested to see how many there are in here. At various times there seems to have been an absolute huge number in here. Other times less, then they come back and suddenly find a huge group of them amongst the brushes. So it'd be interesting to see how many there are in here. So just the same process as the previous net. Gently moving the pole along. and washing the net off into the inside of the net as you move it along, just to make sure no fry gets stuck onto it. As you can clearly see, thousands and thousands and thousands of baby kohaku. This is a small section of the net, and the whole surface of the net is absolutely teeming, exactly the same as you can see. This is the reason why Bill, a long while or soon after the spawning took place, thought the big pond was going to be the one for it. And you can clearly see that's correct. So now I'm just driving out to the fry pond, release the kohaku, the first bag of the kohaku. As I've said, it seems to be a real load of them, which is really great. Spawning that everybody was very excited about. It's a kohaku that the female obviously was bred here at the farm, so there's a certain pride in reusing females that they've bred here and spawning those females again. So Maureen takes 10 of these scoops from the net into each of these bags that goes out. So there's 2 bags of kohaku gone out so far, this being the 3rd one. You see when she scoops the net out, when she pops it into the bag, just turns it over, dips it on the surface of the water, so the fry then come off of the net.
Master.
So here, more kohaku fry, really in the bag, waiting to go out. So the net is closing in. This is the 5th bag being prepared now from the kohaku fry to go out. This is an extremely pleasing hatch for the farm here. Not sure what that works out in actual numbers, but it's a very good hatch. This is going in the large pond. It's giving plenty of space for growing over the coming weeks, which will follow. So these are the contents of the 5th bag of fry. As you can see, still good, healthy fry. So here comes the final bag of fry to go into the pond. So 5 bags, very good number for the pond, for the farm. Just a young female that was used, obviously. I think 4 years old, 4 years old. From Momotaro bloodlines that was bred here on the farm.
Yeah, here's Ferrari.
There's some there, are there?
Yeah, there's 3.
Oh,
4,
right,
5,
yeah. See those. Yeah, they're here as well. A few more dead ones, but you always do at the bottom of the barrel. Oh no, they're in shock. No, they are moving. Just shock.
So Scott, what are your thoughts on the hatch this morning?
I think it's a great hatch. I think the cross is great. The fry are doing really well. It's going to be a really, really interesting cull. That's what I think.
What are your thoughts, Bill, on the spawning and the hatch, the results?
Pretty good. They were hiding from us for 5 days, but it's surprising when you come to get them out that there's so many. So probably 120,000 gone out.
It's a lot. Also, what's really nice about this, Mark, is this is a Purdin koi female, 2 Purdin koi males. So this is a pure Purdin koi. And more importantly, it's from the male and it's from one of our great females, Grace. So that really is interesting too. So the male came from this. The male came from a female that came from this farm. So you have daughters and grandsons.
So Grace was born on Purdin Farm as well?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So this
Grace is the kohaku that Bill is photographed holding.
So this is the grandchildren.
The grandson is in this mix.
Okay. So both Bill and Scott very positive for the results of this spawning. And say, as I mentioned earlier, the female was produced here, but also the males were produced here as well that we used in this spawning.
So what gets interesting about that, and this is part of it that people are not really aware of in koi breeding, because they think that a koi breeder just produces something with a good pattern that can sell on the market. And that's not necessarily what this farm is about. This farm is about creating art. So each step of the building process, you get closer to the art form of what I envision, what Bill envisions, and in this case it's kohaku. So Grace was a real part of the art form for us because she had so many characteristics that we loved. The baby from Momotaro had other characteristics that we loved, and then you come back with the grandson of Grace, and so when we cull these, we'll be looking very specifically for a very, very few koi that are what we see as, I guess you'd call it the dream kohaku, or but it's just further genetically down the line. So it's a Grace baby that is better than Grace was. And this is what we're looking for, is a female to replace Grace with for the future of the farm. And it all has to do with kohaku. So each one of these processes change for each different line that we do. So if we were talking breeding, we would say that the kohaku line is at this point, we might put a mark on a board in terms of how close we are to where what we want to create is what we are looking at artistically. The Showa might be a little further along. The Sanki might be even further along. We'd have to look at each one of them to talk about each one of them differently. The goshiki we haven't got that involved with yet to have even a vision of what we want with goshiki. We're still learning about goshiki and looking at it. Shiro Atsuri, we're further along on Shiro. That's Bill's thing. He loves Shiro, so he has something in his mind that he's creating with Shiro.